Yeah, Honorable Minister, Honorable Sadhguru, Honorable Secretary. Sir, Honorable Minister, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. And I would like that, I'm from Department of Atomic Energy, sir, Joint Secretary there, in some way associated with the district for the rest of my life. If there's something, which could be done by designating so that, one could visit and continue the work, and interact with the people. That is one request. And Honorable Sadhguru, Namaskaram. It's such a great privilege, to stand in front of you and have an opportunity to ask a question. Sadhguru, in your speeches, you have given always importance to the 5 elements. Apart from many other things, water is one of the elements. And since, because of the climate change and, things happening, are there any changes which are happening in our constitution because of, the changes which are happening in water, etc.? That is one question. And secondly, Sadhguruji, like you have given a great gift of inner engineering, which one can practice every day. Is there anything one can do every day to get associated with, water conservation or tree plantation? Not actually doing it, but in some way can we get associated in everyday life? Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Well, regarding the first question, is there any change happening in our system? Definitely it is. Well, I'm just saying there's so much data and statistics about it which is scary in the world. Just to put some things into perspective. Today in United States there are about 1.2 million people for whom every day feces, human feces is being pumped into their system. In our culture, we would think that's the worst thing to do to a human being. But human feces is being pumped into their system simply because the fluids in their body do not support bacterial activity. So in the end, you have to get human feces back into you. What should go out is going back into you, unfortunately. So one of the reasons is the water is chlorinated. You're drinking poison. See, what kills all the bacteria, what makes you think it'll make you thrive? It's a genius idea, I don't know who got this idea. These things are made when one infection happens, okay, let's poison the whole place. This is coming out of fear and too much concentration of populations. Too much concentration of population in one place. Infections are spreading wild. So the only way is to poison the water, poison the air, poison everything that we are using. Food is poisoned, water is poisoned, land is poisoned, then how do you think you will thrive? In terms of yogic perspective, if you look at it, I essentially come from the stables of Kriya Yoga. But can I really teach Kriya Yoga in the world today? No. I wouldn't find even 8 to 12% of human beings on the planet fit for Kriya Yoga. You can teach them some Kriya, but you can't put them on the rigor of Kriya Yoga because Kriya Yoga is an intense process. Most human bodies are not capable of taking it. There may be variety of reasons for this, but I feel the elemental downgrade that is happening in the world, the air is not pure, the water is not pure, the food is not pure. Because of this, you cannot teach people proper Kriya Yoga anymore. There's only maybe about 8 to 12% who are competent. Rest of the people need lots of preparation before you can put them on it. This could be mainly all the elements, but water is an important thing because over 70% is water. If you fix the water, you are 70% fine, 70% of your problems are over if you fix the water that you're consuming. So there is a whole science in yoga about how to consume water. The water is here, but how to consume this, in what form it should be, how it should be, there is a whole science about it. Today we are ignoring all that and drinking out of plastic bottles, drinking anywhere. I see in United States everybody drinks like this with mouth open. It is a disaster, I'm telling you, because water has memory. When I said this, There are lots of so-called educated people in this country who've been screaming, oh, he's propagating pseudoscience, nonsense, he's spreading superstition. Then a Japanese scientist gets a Nobel Prize because he said water has memory, it's a living computer, it's a liquid computer. So the moment it is from outside the country, it is science. It is intrinsic to our culture, it cannot be science. We've gotten into such a negative mood about this. See, right now, this water is here in this copper vessel. Maybe they just poured it, that's not the way. Suppose 4 to 6 hours if it was in this vessel, the quality of this water is very, very different. Very, very different, and it's very important, it has no sharp corners. This we took care, always. In southern India, in traditional homes, if you come even today, either a brass or copper vessel is kept. Every day they will worship this vessel, they will apply vibhuti on it, and before drinking water, then only you consume water. Because you have not seen any god in heaven. What nourishes you every day, the food that you eat, the water that you drink, the air that you breathe and the soil that you walk upon is your life, isn't it? If 48 hours, if there's not a drop of water to drink, even if God appears, you'll only ask for water, not heaven. Yes or no? So unfortunately, we've gotten into unrealistic modes. So yoga is not about something else. Yoga is about most important thing, the most phenomenal thing that's happening here is life. Only because you're alive, everything else is meaningful, isn't it? For you to be alive, how this liquid behaves in your body, what it is another matter, how you receive it and how it behaves within you is very, very important. So how you consume it, all of you just do this one thing for the next 1 month and notice this. One thing is, if you can't you can get a copper vessel or a brass vessel in India very easily, you keep it in that. We have also made copper bottles for you to travel with everywhere. If you want, we'll gift one to all of you. Please carry that with you. Even if it comes in a plastic bubble, put it in this, keep it overnight and then drink it. Before you drink it, just a little bit of gratitude. Suppose I didn't have this, what it is? What is my life if I didn't have this next to me? You must look at that with a little bit of gratitude. You drink it and you will see how it'll change. When I said this, they laughed. Today, just recently about we've prepared certain things so that your body is in touch with copper. You will see a lot of people are wearing a copper ring, there are other copper things, and we've made what is called as a kavacha, a combination of copper and solidified mercury. I tested this on 4 people till now. Now we're going to make a much more larger scale test. 4 people who are continuously falling sick with infections, all kinds of infections. One of them with a very chronic ailment. I just put this, a 6-inch to 8-inch long copper, it's called a kavacha, you just wear it, it also has solidified mercury inside of that. You just wear this only when you go to sleep, for about 6 hours it's on your body. I'm telling you, within 2 months, these people are completely okay. It's been over 8 months, they've not had a single infection since they wore this and went to sleep. They're not wearing it during the day because it looks odd, we can design it in such a way it looks like an ornament. But right now it's just a simple thing that we made just to see if it works. A significant difference. We are trying this on a child which has, like a small, like a 12-year-old girl who has cancer spread all over her body. We are testing this whether it'll work. But in the meantime, last month, some scientific studies are released in Scientific American. They are saying the copper nanoparticles are the best preventive for cancer. So, water, if it is in contact with this, all this benefit you're taking. This is how we came to this thing, the water that you drink must be tirth. It's not just some water that you picked up. Before it enters your system, it should have a certain quality, you must receive it in a certain way, because over 70% of your body is water. What quality of water will determine what kind of life you are. It's not just about physical health. The very way you think, feel, understand and experience life is determined by this. You could try this, it'll make a big difference. Like in engineering, is there something to participate? Well, I mean, many of you are in the ministry, definitely you have a great opportunity to participate through the schemes. But if you want to participate in Kaveri calling, it is not for the sake of money alone, but as you feel that you are a part of this. One tree costs 42 rupees. I'm not campaigning for money sitting here, but you participate, either yourself or tell somebody. One tree a month, 42 rupees, all right, it's not even a coffee. Because the idea is the India's population should get committed. It's not Prime Minister's business to change this land, it's our business. He can direct it, he can move it, he can administer that, but it is the people of this nation who have to take it up. Otherwise, what is it? We are going around as if we are foreigners in this land. It's time we understand this is our land. And one disastrous idea that people have in their head is that they're going to heaven. What heaven means is, there is a better place than this. If there is a better place, such people should go today. Hello? You must understand, this is the place to live and we must make this into a heaven.